Protests against police brutality and the killing of a black teenager have escalated in the U.S. town of Ferguson, with police firing tear gas into the crowds. Anastasia Trikina joins us live from Ferguson right now. Thank you very much for being with us. Now, give us an idea, if you could, of what's happening there on the ground.
Well, Sean, you know, as the days unravel, today marks the 7th day in a row that mayhem and chaos continue to break loose on the streets of Ferguson. It's really becoming hard to separate what we're seeing on the streets here really from a war zone. So it's really not clear exactly what U.S. officials and law enforcement are trying to achieve with these tactics that have been ongoing. Tonight, this Sunday, the amount of tear gas and clashes that we're seeing on the streets of Ferguson really are quite unprecedented. It's really hard to imagine that this is happening over police brutality protests, over protesters coming out onto the streets demanding justice and accountability over a killing of a teenager by a police officer who was unarmed. Now, tonight, the situation has gotten extremely chaotic. What we have going on the ground is enormous amounts of tear gas going on that police are firing, absolutely deafening sound grenades. We hear reports that children are on the ground with their families. All of this is going on hours before a curfew was supposed to take place at midnight local time. This madness began just several hours before the curfew is to take place, raising questions as to why tear gas is being used right now when protesters are gathered on the streets. We're hearing that there are families with children there. There are reports of a woman in a wheelchair speeding away from tear gas. So certainly just extremely chaotic situation. Shots are being fired. We are right now currently trying to get as close as possible to where all of this is taking place. But for hours in advance, police had closed off the area for cars and blocked off any entrance. We're also hearing reports that these are unconfirmed for now, but this is being reported that, again, journalists have been arrested on the ground, that tear gas is reaching more and more journalists, and this has been the case over the last couple of days. But the events unraveling tonight are really, really quite chaotic, so we're going to have to wait and see where exactly this leads as the night unravels.
All right, RT's Anastasia Trikina there for us in Ferguson, Missouri. Now, please stay safe as the events unfold there on the ground.